All right, here we go with the third and final video of the series for HMH One Assessments. Going to quickly walk you through how we can create our own test questions inside of HMH One. Just like videos 1 and 2, I'm starting from my Think Central homepage on the teacher side of things. I'm locating the HMH One assessments on my carousel. I'm clicking on and opening that, but then I'm also going to start the same place I did when creating a test and when pushing out a pre-created test, and clicking here on the center part of the screen underneath assessments. Now, you remember in video 2, we clicked the Create Assessment tab in the top right-hand corner. I know this sounds probably a little funky, but we're going to start the same way, even though we're going to just be creating a test question. So watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to click Create Assessment, and instead of filling this page out like we did in video 2, I'm going to come top right-hand corner, and I'm just going to hide by clicking that down arrow the blank test form, if you want to call it that. Okay? When I do that, I have all of the questions still available there on the page, but now I have access to that Create Item option, which I did actually point out, by the way, in video 2 as well. So I'm going to come up here to Create Item, top right-hand corner. I'm going to click on that, and we get this option here, build your item using a questions, and or media type. So I'm going to add question/media. And hopefully we're getting really excited here where we see the different options that we have. We've got questions, the blank format, if you will, for all of the types of questions that you're seeing. Multiple choice, matching, right? I can choose from any of these options. I can even select on the right hand portion of the screen some media options, which are things like calculators, video, right? If you want to embed a video that you've created for your students and ask a question based on a video. Okay, a lot of different options. Don't want this video itself to be too long in length, so I'm going to walk you through one of them, specifically the multiple choice option. But hopefully you'll see that once you're in, it's pretty intuitive as far as creating the question type that you want and adding it later to one of your assessments that you're going to push out to kids. So I'll choose multiple choice. Right off the bat, you see that the question format is kind of put there on the screen. You need to add your question, your responses, and you'll see in just a second, you've got a million different choices for differentiating this to kind of meet the needs of your students. So if I'm going to say, what was the character's favorite color from the story, right? Maybe I want to underline and or bold the word character, right? Or characters rather, from the question. Choice A, I'm going to have be red. Choice B, I want to be blue. And I want to make this question as simple for my students as possible. So I'm going to get rid of choice C and D. I'm going to make this a 50-50 chance for them. I'm going to click the garbage can next to choice C and D, make this just 50-50. Okay? Or if I want to make it very difficult, I can add as many options as I'd like. Or let's just say, for example, the character's favorite color, they actually had 2 of them, and it's kind of a trick question. I can make this a multiple response question as well. So let's just say, for example, the 2 correct answers are like red and orange. Okay, I can come down to the bottom and I can tell the computer that this is a multiple response item for this quiz. I can also, if I wanted to, I could tell the computer that I want this test question to be shuffled so that when students are seeing it, the colors are coming in a different order for them, so that if they're all in the computer lab taking the test at the same time, the questions and the way that they see them would be different. I could click that box there. Last couple of things before I finish. You can preview the question if you'd like, but you'll see in just a second it's going to give you a preview once you click Add to Item. But let's just say, for example, as I'm working on it, I just kind of want to preview what it looks like. So I'm going to click Preview in the top right-hand corner. Okay, here's what that question looks like for the students. If I click the Show Answers, right, it'll show me what I've done so far as the work for this question. Let's just say I'm not happy with it. I want to continue editing it. I'll go back to the edit portion. Because this is kind of a trick question, maybe I want to give it 2 points instead of 1. Right? Maybe my short response when I go to create a short response question is 4 or 5 points, right? You have the ability to do that as well. Now, I'm done. I'm good. I'm ready to move on. I'm going to click Add to Item. Okay. Here is where I said before, it is going to once again give me a preview. I do have one last option for editing or deleting the question if I want. If I'm happy with it, I'm just going to move on and click Add to Item. Okay. If I want to attach data options or specifically tell the computer that it is a multiple choice question, or if I want to change that for some reason, I can do that before moving forward, okay? Or I could just continue to add to questions to this quiz if I want, okay? The last thing I'm going to do is save, okay, the item, and it's going to take me back to my home page of all of my questions. If you watched video 2, you'll remember that one of my filter options when I go to look for questions is search by question type. Is search by item source. If I want to look when I'm going through the creating of an assessment, if I want to look for the questions I've created, I'm going to use the item source filter to choose my items only, do a search, and here was that question. What was the character's favorite color? Here's that question that I just created, and I can add it to any assessment that I'm in the process of building. Okay? If you've watched any of these videos out of order, right, it might be helpful to go back to see the process in which we start from creating a blank assessment from scratch to add any of the questions I've created from scratch. I can do that here. The last thing, as I always do to close out our playlists, I want to remind everyone that if you travel to the top right-hand corner, you've got this little grid, which allows you to reach the Help button, and you have all sorts of downloadable step-by-step tutorials on how to manage your assessments or create your assignments, okay? Which walks you through the process like I've done in this video here. We appreciate you guys sending the recommendations of videos you'd like to see. We'd like to ask you to keep those coming. Hopefully this is was helpful to you, and hopefully you'll join us in the future for more of these videos. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the HMH International Content Cares YouTube channel. If you're looking for more content, click on the video to the right of your screen. Welcome to our global community.